Today we are going to talk about API calls in FlutterFlow. So FlutterFlow is such a platform which helps us to design and create fully functional mobile applications very fast. All right, and API calls is a mechanism through which you can transfer data from one place to another using the internet. That data can be somewhere at a remote location in some server. Okay, so we will see both examples, but right now we will just see the example of fetching the data from the internet. All right, first of all, let me show you how the API works. So I have few examples here, so let me just, so here we have one Indian postal system using the pin code. We can just fetch the data of the Indian postal code. Okay, all right, no problem. Let me paste the API here. All right, so whenever we want to fetch data using the APIs, so you will always see the JSON data. Here what you're seeing right now is the JSON data that is coming from this particular URL. Now here you can see something in common like New Delhi, New Delhi, New Delhi, New Delhi, New Delhi, right? This is because it is coming from this URL which ends with 110001. That is the pin code of particular place in Delhi. Delhi is the capital of India. Let us talk about Mumbai. So if I put 400003, so it will take me to the place somewhere in Mumbai. All right, here you can see the message, then how many postal codes, using this particular postal code, how many places can we fetch. So there are 4 places. All right, the one says BP Lane, the another one says Mandvi, one more it says, so you looking at this bracket, you can understand that it starts from here and ends here. Same way, it starts here and ends here. Okay, it starts here and it ends here. All right, that's masjid. It starts here and it ends here. All right, so this whole is JSON array and these all are JSON object. All right, the array is for post office and each object has unique information respected to the particular URL that we are putting forward. Okay, here we are putting forward 400003, that is pin code for this particular places. All right, okay, this is one example for Indian postal system. Now let us take another example of CoinGecko. So if you're not aware of CoinGecko, let me just tell you about it. So this one is the official website of cryptocurrency. So here you will have all the information of the cryptocurrencies. All right, now if I want to fetch this information in my application, all right, so I'll need the API. Now this is the official website what end users will be looking at, but I want the data. I don't want to see this information. I want this information but in JSON format. All right, so what do? I'll just need to fetch the API, and if I put the API here, it starts like api.congecko.com. So here it says about Bitcoin. All right, so there can be multiple places, multiple ways to fetch the APIs. Now all this information, it is based on the URL whatever you put forward, and that URL will help you fetch this information which is a JSON data. All right, and using this data you can fetch particular information in your project. Let us take one more example, a few more example. So there are many open APIs available for us where you can upload the data. Now when we are talking about the official websites like cryptocurrencies and Indian postal system or weather API or news API, we cannot upload our data there, right? All we can do is we can fetch our data. All right, so what if I want to check how to upload data on the APIs, using the APIs? All right, so for that I would need some place where the upload is open. So one such place is this. So here you can see that this is request response. This is one open API where you can send your data and you can fetch the data what is available there. So post and get, both the methods you can work on using this request response. All right, I'll provide all the links to you and you can just access these. There are so many open links available. You can just use them. You can just explore all the links. All right. Now one particular thing that you see here, that is users question mark page 2. So these are variables. So we will be talking about variables maybe later. This time we will be just talking about the basics of it. All right, how to fetch the data. Okay. One more thing, there is something like dummyjson.com. That is also an open API. So if you just open this URL dummyjson.com, you'll find so many API links here. All right, like products, it has 100 products, cart, users, posts. So if you want to just fetch or try the data, try you calling APIs, so at that time you can make use of these. For example, if I open posts, so you will see all this information like posts. This is array. All right, it starts here. As you can see, it's the opening bracket and this is the closing bracket here. So this is one object, this one is another object, right? 3, right here. Yeah, this is another object, this is the third object, right? So like that you can just figure out what these things are. So it depends on you how you want to fetch the data, how you want to see the data, and also. All right, so coming back to the project, let me just close this. Coming back to the project, now we are talking about FlutterFlow. So let me just create a new project here. Create new. Let me put here I'm going to take example of postal system, Indian postal code. So you can take an example that you want, but I'll just show you the way. The same way will work for all the APIs, right? There are different ways to access different kind of APIs like variables and all. So that also we'll see maybe in the later part of it. But right now let us just focus on the simple API calls. So let me just name my project Pincode call and create a blank project out there. Here it will ask you, now this is 2023 model in July. So here it will ask you for setup Firebase. It might change with time. So I don't want to work with Firebase right now. So what I'll do is I'll just disable it. Otherwise, if it is enabled, you can skip this step. So for now, if I'm not sure if I want to use Firebase in my project or not, I'll just skip. All right. Now you can see one blank page is created for me. If I want to test my application, I can just go here and run the application in test mode. I can run it in run mode as well, but test mode will help me to instantly reload the page once I make small changes in my application. So let me just run it in test mode. So here you can see that it takes some 2 to 4 minutes to start the application and start the running of the application. Alright, so when you are running your application in test mode in FlutterFlow, you will just see this button here, which is generally not available in the run mode. Alright, so if you see this instant reload, it will instantly reload the page, and the current session will be available for 11 minutes as I'm using the free and open version. I'm not using the enterprise version as of now. So open version is available for 11 minutes. All right, so let me come